Good day. Today we're going to do garden stuff and some clothes hanging, some laundry, and this is how it looks today. After a little storm, this is where our property is surrounded by mountains, some beautiful mountains. There's a little bit of snow over there.
Yep, snow in the desert.
I didn't record this, but I had put half of this line earlier because these were over here, and I had cleared this up, some weeds. I'm currently planting some zucchinis. These are the yellow ones. We're documenting the progress, so we'll see in the next video how much they grow. They just went through this storm, so they're kind of sad and happy at the same time because of the water. What do you got going? What are you looking for? He was grabbing some pots full of soil. All these are my aloe veras. They've been going through some things through this cold winter, so I got them covered with that for right now. And we got it pretty packed right here, so later on we're gonna move them to the fence line right here that I put up. And over here on the other side of the fence, so I was over there. Come down this line right here. I gotta clear all this up because of the wind. And this was in here, but we're gonna put some soil on there right now. I'm gonna leave this water in here so that soil could just be soaked with water anyways, because that's what we need to keep it fresh. And we got some agaves that we brought from California. And we built these a while back, but we ended up using it for our ducks. Now we don't have that many ducks, and we have some plants going on in there. I'll open it up right now. In here we're growing some spinach, baby spinach, some mesclun. This is cabbage right here. Hold on. So we're gonna see the progress after this. We got some cilantro. These got hit a little with the winds, but they're all right because of the plastic. And over here, we're gonna see the progress on these beets. Got those. They're growing at a pretty good rate. And they're dealing with this wind that we always get here. This plastic's been helping them. Some bell peppers that got hit as well. They're starting to flower, it looks like. Right here. Some Swiss chard. You can see them growing out. Some radish and a little bit of rain damage right there from the water coming in. There's a lot of work to do in this garden. Let's see how it goes. Next, we're gonna plant plants right here for this next coming season. We got my helpers. Okay, so right here, guys, I am trying to transfer the soil to a compost bin, which used to be a water hauling container. And I'm only going to be moving some of it. All right, let's get to it. I noticed that I didn't really get a good sight of this, but in the end, I just filled it up halfway from what I needed to use. So this is a day on our 10 acres that all right, we see you. That we see that we do on the daily. Our chores that we just gotta get done. Our 10 acres has, I'm gonna show you a quick little roundabout on the property. I'm gonna do a video on the property itself, on what we have right now, what progress we're gonna get done, as in our plans, construction wise. So this is where I wash clothes. We got some of these beautiful power lines. Oh yeah, sarcastic. And then we got this half of the fence. Well, this is only not even 5 acres. You can see that white post, survey post, all the way right there. That's the 5 acres. But we only fenced off half of it. This from here to here. And I'd say over there too, because, well, there's nothing there. And on that side would be the next survey post. And that's our chickens. That's Romero's treasure yard. This is all our 10 acres. That's the last of it. That's our neighbor Mike. And you go around all the way over here. And we just fenced off this right here, because this is the rest of the half of the 5 acres. And it's fenced off right here now. Right here and right here. I recently put in this garden fence that was not here. This half of the fence was here for quite a while. I'm gonna need to put some fencing on to get in and out, because the dogs, they just don't listen. That is our outhouse, and again, I'm gonna do a video on the whole property later, so you guys can see some unfinished business. This is our landmate Paul. What the hell is he doing? And this is where we store our water. This is where we put water in the RV, and this is where we're staying at the moment while we do construction in the house.
Two.
Yeah, let me see them. that one's falling through the hole.
Lola, show me.
On this garden bed, we have some more mesclun and the mixed mesclun blend. Some more spinach. Oh yeah, this one's a little more luscious. This is how I have to water them in order to protect them. It's a hassle, but it's worth it in the end because we get plants. I let the water just sink in, water about 3 times, really good. And if it's pretty sunny, like 69 and up, then I'll water them every 2 days. But if it's more than 90 degrees, which it hasn't because it's been winter. Right now is winter time. And that's why we're growing all these lettuces. Once it gets hotter in the springtime, these things will be drinking a lot less water. So we gotta water them gently right now because these lettuces are very fragile. Unless you got a mist your plants. Not Mr. and Mrs. Alright. And while I do this, I just go in here and I make sure that the plant has like a drain almost. I'll show you. So I just make sure that the plant has its own little area to collect water. And that way we save water because we haul water. And so the plant could just have its water nearby and be very good and healthy. So I let it sink down right now. This is the first time I'm watering this one. Once it's sinked down, then I add more. And I leave it, go to the next one, and do the same thing over and over again. I try not to wet the leaves, but it's okay. I've been doing this and it hasn't been hurting the leaves. Gets a little flooded around the area, but it's fine. Totally fine. Toro Loco fine. Oops. See what I mean about fragile? We gotta be careful and make sure that they have their water area to collect their water. And then we water it again. Gently, as gentle as possibly, so we don't ruin the plant. And so far that method has been working. No overwatering. And I have seen some over here. Let me show ya. Those of you that are nosy, I know you're watching. No, I'm just kidding. I've been seeing little bites on these leaves. Something's been in here munching. But hey, at least they're not all dying because of it. And I mean, that's a good sign. But we gotta figure out what's biting into these plants. Because we don't want that, you know? I don't think anybody wants their plants be eaten before they do. Look at that juicy green plant. Okay. They are all nice and watered. Till next time. Hey guys, here I am again. I am cooking some dinner instead of being outside. This is part of my chores. We've got some, what are we cooking?
Oh no.
What does this look like? We're cooking and cooking and cooking. What does this look like? I think you guys know. Look at that, look at that. Some albondigas soup. Oh yeah. So I also have these tortoises that we're growing.
Yeah, these tortoise, we have these, or they're brown because they're desert turtles. We have two. They grow big. We have a lot of baby turtles and a lot of, when we grow big, we have big turtles that are big than the others, and they'll grow much bigger and lay babies, and they grow more bigger.
I'm growing them in a mop bucket because the other bigger container that I had them in, it was too big for the RV, and I needed some space. The kids and I recently took some ladybugs in. We're currently taking care of them. We're switching out the grasses because it's been too cold. I think that a bug this small would freeze at 29 degrees at night. Especially with the storms. So they've been laying eggs too, but I don't know if they're gonna make it. I'd rather have them saved here for the nights that are cold, and then we'll let them out. Okay, so this is day 2. We're gonna be rolling in, and we're gonna start doing some gardening again. With gardening, we're gonna do some picking up some materials that I saw around the garden that we need to pick up, and we're gonna throw it in a pile where we're gonna burn it so it's not in the way, and it's wood that's not good or we can't use it anymore. And as I was watching this video, I was just laughing because I think I'm funny. Anyways, you guys enjoy me using the wind to help me instead of another person. The wind was like perfectly there for me today. I got some old fencing that I took down, and I have a couple of rolls. I'll be putting them back to Suburban because that will help me transfer them to where I need them, near Romero's treasure yard. And my kids are just watching me as I do it. I was having trouble, but it's alright. It's alright. That thing was pretty heavy. Maybe when they're older, they'll help me. We have a lot of materials to burn, so I'm packing this in the Suburban.
And there's lots of crickets here, but they're inside my hand.
Let me see them. Oh wait, don't let them go. Okay. We gotta feed our black widow, right?
Yeah, we got
Okay, so I'm in the garden again, and I've been working on getting the dirt ready for some pumpkin seeds that we're gonna do pretty soon. You can see the extra layer of goat poop manure right there. I'm gonna put some random little beds. Maybe, hopefully we can put some flowers. This is how the pile of dirt I was mowing is going. I'm also gonna put it in another place, which is gonna be on that side right there of those little greenhouses. And that right there, I'm gonna eventually put a little shed, the foldable ones that come with like screws and stuff. And we're gonna see how that goes. This whole section is just gonna be full of pumpkin seeds, pumpkins, and then we got the zucchinis across right here. We'll see how those make it throughout this cold night. They sold them at Home Depot. I don't know why, but I guess we can grow them around this time. It's been 29 degrees out. Maybe they sell them to people who have greenhouses. This is how we fill up our RV. I have no idea on the fittings and the size and all that. But Romero had fixed it down to a size that we could just use a regular hose from. And this hose just goes through the pump. This is a Harbor Freight pump. I think it's like $50. And this is 2026. And this is freaking February. I don't know. I don't have a job. I don't know where or when. And then that hose goes through the other side and it goes straight to the RV. And we got our RV plug, the black one, giving us the power to this pump. And then that one goes through the orange one and then goes to the red one all the way to the power over there. For now, because we're trying to figure out how to run another thick gauge wire from that power post around the septic leach line that's right here all the way to the power box right there. And tomorrow we're gonna get a guy that comes and moves these things, the sheds. I think it's Weather King, the company, and we got this one for, I believe, like $20,000. And this was back in 2020 2020, I believe. We bought this back at 2020, and now it's the year 2026. And we're finally getting the foundation done so we can get the plumbing. This is supposed to be the kitchen side, and the other side is the restroom. So hopefully we can get a video on that pretty soon. I also forgot to mention, this hose is what I use, the same system that I use to put water right there in the washer when I'm washing. So I have to come running to turn it off and on for right now. And we just had moved a couple of things, that's why there's a random ass grill right here next to his water tank and some shovels. And sometimes I have to hand wash with this old school one. Huh? That's fun. And yeah, I mean, I have to run this whole 100-foot hose to the washer, and once it's filled, because it's like an off-grid washer, once it's filled, it like the washer senses the amount of load, which is a small load wash, the amount of water. And then hold on, I'm seeing something new over there. Here, let me see if I could. That wasn't there yesterday. They cleared some ground over there. Interesting. Is that a house? Well, that might be the new, maybe that's why I hear a lot of gunshots. Maybe that's the new target shooting area. Anyways, the load senses the water, and then the water is going to keep running because the water's not connected to the washer like a regular when you have it connected to a house. So you have to wait and hear the washer start washing. You know, the that sound. And then once you hear that sound, you gotta run, or maybe just be right here ready and hear it turn on. So you have to run all the way over there to over here and turn off the connection, shut the valve off on the tank, and voila, that's how we wash clothes. And this is our gray water that got filled up by the rain lately, but we're gonna get that situated eventually, and we'll make a video on that. Hopefully once this house is ready and done, we can get to doing other projects that are more sanitary. And we're gonna dig a hole maybe like around here or so, or maybe around here where the soil's softer, because if you were to dig right there where we put those posts, oh man, it would be a mission. The freaking soil is so hard, full of rock hard almost, like you're digging into a rock. You really need a diamond cutter to do that. Okay, so I just disconnected that, and that's how you know it's filled. Yeah, we're wasting a lot of water, huh? How else are you gonna know when the RV's full? And then that's how we do it. This is how I undo it after we put the water in the RV. You just gotta take off the inlet. Inlet's where you're gonna put your water in. And then sometimes you gotta make it breathe so the water can get through the pump to circulate it to this outlet. You just take it off. And you have to take it off because at night it gets like 29 degrees with frost. So we don't want no frozen piping here. No frozen pump. Take out all the water in the pump too. Just in case so. And how do you check the level? Well, you can hit it. You can hit it and you can hear it, the different thumping of where the water level's at. Or you can simply just open this. Here, let me put my drink down. We're gonna let me put my phone down. This is how we check the level. Oh no! Alright, you could kind of see. No, you can't. I can't even touch the water either. Okay. So, here. Oh, now you can see it. Woo! Water level. Right there. Put your hand. Right here. And we're about 700 gallons. That's how you could check your water level. This is a 900 gallon water tank, holding tank. And to be honest, I don't know how much they're going for at the store right now, but I believe they're like $100 every gallon. So this one might cost you like close to 1,000, a little bit below 1,000, so maybe like 900 or so, more or less. And we really don't, well, here's the max line right here. We really don't fill it up all the way because then this leaks out the water and you're not gonna have that little space gap as well. So basically the round of it is your max line, so you don't leak from it, because this was not even made to hold water, but that one's pretty much sealed with a valve. To put this hose away, we're just gonna drag it. My son left the keys of the Suburban right here. That doesn't go there. To put this away, we're gonna start by, besides unplugging the pump, just pulling it. We're gonna pull it over here because it helps the hose not kink. That's our leftover leech rock, my bad. So we just pull it out over here, long enough to move it away from the driveway, because that way we don't run it over. So this is where we drive, right here. So sometimes we just park, unload groceries or whatnot. Or I usually park on that side over there and I unload my groceries. And we put this away back into the RV. Oh yeah, mud pile. We do the whole old school circle organizing trick here. So I just stuck it in there. This is like a mini storage, electrical storage for RVs. There you go. See, everything's put away. Nobody could trip on these wires. Or the rain, you know, the rain could probably get into the wire and cause a outage. My son always happens to trip on a puddle. So we're gonna pick up some clothes and some shoes that got wet. We're gonna make them smacking new right now. Okay. For today's dinner, we're making cowboy casserole. We got some tater tots, cream of mushroom, some bacon, some ground sirloin, and we're gonna add some cheese at the end. Let's see how it goes. Cooking the RV without an oven. There's a lazy way to do this, but I'm doing it the all hands on deck manual cooking. Okay, we're gonna let that cook. This is the final product. And I had forgot to take a video or a picture before. We got excited.